What's going on, guys? Abrasus here. So today I will talk to you about a very interesting subject. So how to chaff flyers, and in general how to stop flyers from killing your most important units. In the examples I will mostly focus on heroes, but it also works for the regular units just as well. So the first rule: you can't charge if you get charged. That's the simple one. So if you can zone your opponent with the flyers with the faster unit, so in this case you have a Pegasus against the Cardinal Chariot. Cardinal Chariot has movement 10. It is 3 times cheaper than the Pegasus Lord, but thanks to AP10 impact hits and thanks to Pegasus Lords being most useful on charge, the Cardinal Chariot can easily win this matchup if he gets the charge off. So if you don't allow your opponent to move out of your threat zone, as here in the picture, then he basically cannot move forward. He can only fly to the side, and you can repeat the process as here. But there is also another interesting aspect of this. Not only things that win combats against the flying units can charge them, also things like dogs, vampire dogs with champion, can charge the hero, challenge. The hero won't, even if he does max overkill, he won't crumble them to death. You move your other units closer, and then the Peg hero will free himself in the incorrect turn, so in the way that you will be able to get an easy charge on him. What is most important is to remember about it when you play those kind of heroes, because often, especially in regular games, not Universal Battle games, because in Universal Battle, as you can see the champions, but in the regular games you don't see the champions actually on the battlefield. You need to check the roster. So if you forget about it, it is really easy to just position your Lord in a way that dogs can easily charge you. Because what can the dogs do to the Lord? Yeah, they can basically pin him down for enough time to the heavier units to come in and kill him. So the second rule: you can't charge if you will get countered. Another very easy one: there are 2 units of Phoenix Guard. The Dragon can most likely deal with one of those, but thanks to the static combat resolution, he cannot deal with two of those while one of those is in the flank, because you have 2 banners, you have basically twice as long the rank bonus, and you have a flank and better flank. So the Dragon could charge one of them and probably kill one of them, but if he charges either of them, the second one will just counter charge and kill the Dragon on the during the few next turns. The third rule: we are getting to the more interesting ones, I hope. You can't charge if you can see. So imagine you are playing the vampires here. You have your 900 points dragon count on the spectral steed. You are seeing the unit of dryads with 2 heroes inside. Beautiful. You measured everything properly. He cannot get out of line of sight. It seems like you are going to get many points because you are flying. You cannot be chaffed, right? Wrong. It is enough to put a mounted unit in front of the flying vampire lord on the steed. Since both of your units are standard or tall, the vampire lord cannot see the dryad unit at all. So he can only charge the riders and have an overrun that will not touch the dryads. You can't charge if you can't fit. Here, similarly, the Pegasus will love to charge the goblin archers with 2 heroes inside, but the Iron Orcs are positioned in such way that in no way the Peg Lord can charge the goblins with only 1 wheel, since either way he will finish on the Iron Orcs unit. And the last example: you can't charge if you will not win. So you thought you had a lucky day. You have your peg lord in front of the pendulum unit. He has no champion. So if you just charge him, you will likely kill the pendulum if your build is right and if you have a good support. And then the grind between the peg lord and the unit should be pretty easy to win. But your opponent decides to ruin your day and just turn around. Now you cannot charge at all. Because if you charge, you will just kill some monks. He can refuse challenge freely since he is a rat. And even if he could not, it is enough to have the general leadership nearby. Then all peg lord builds cannot really do much damage on turn 2, or they don't have the multiplication of wounds. So after the first round of combat, he will just turn around and the pendulum will eventually kill you. So, as a summary, how to ruin your opponent's day? He can't charge if he gets charged first. He can't charge if you set up counter charges properly. He can't charge if he can't see. This is mostly about the heroes mounted on the steeds, but also any other heroes if you can get something big enough in the way. He can charge if he can fit. I think that the number 3 and 4 are actually the most important ones and the most common ones, because there is no better way to chaff the flyer than not leaving enough space for him to fit. And then the last one, he can charge if he will not win in the long term. The first turns are usually very good for the flying guys, since they want to use their fly. But the next rounds of combat, not really. Okay, so that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and see you in the next one.